next guest is just here for the beer, and we are happy for that. He's also part of the Canada Cup of Beer Festival.
Part of it. He's the man that puts it together. It's going to be a great event happening, I believe, this weekend. Colin Jack joining us. How are you, Colin?
I'm excellent.
Nice
Good to
see
see you guys.
Just here for the beer again.
Tell us, first of all, about Just Here for the Beer and what it is you guys do.
Yeah, we're Vancouver's largest beer, we're Canada's largest independent beer tasting and education company. We were the first independent beer tasting and education company. We own and operate several events. We teach a class out at UBC. I write for Vancouver 24 Hours, and I just also do a beer of the week on a couple radio stations.
You're really doing for beer what people recognize now in wine. Pairings, tastings, the refinement of people's palate when it comes to the differences in different beers.
Definitely. We like to educate first. That's first and foremost what we do. So we really try to expand people's beer knowledge and expand beer culture as well.
And now
expand my knowledge!
We've got that summer weather coming.
Yeah.
It is. These are perfectly chilled, and we've got so many to chat about today. Let's start with Russell, and what are they doing with their beer?
Yeah, this year, Nando's is the big sponsor at the beer festival this year, and so they're doing a peri-peri beer this year. So
Russell's doing a peri-peri
Russell's doing
beer?
a peri-peri beer with Nando's in conjunction with Nando's.
And for those who do not know what peri-peri is,
peri-peri is the hot chili sauce that Nando's uses as their base sauce for the chicken.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So how does that go with the taste of beer? It's got a real kick to it.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I haven't. It's a special cask beer, so there's a sort of one-off. So I haven't actually tasted the beer yet, so it'll just be for the festival.
When people go to the Canada Cup of Beer Festival, th'll have an opportunity to grab their massive stein and go and actually taste it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next beer, and then we'll move on to some tasting after this. This is a great beer. I've had this.
Yeah,
before.
Whistler Export Lager. This is one of their flagship beer, and a lot of people when they come over to my house, they say, "Colin, you know what? I want a crisp lager," and they want it something that's clean. That's one of the ones that I pull out of the fridge, and I can't keep enough of it in the fridge.
It's got a beautiful color to it.
Yeah, definitely. The bottle is nice as well. It's really nice.
Just a good, clean, crisp lager. Great for the summer.
And what have we got here? These ones.
We're going to try these guys.
You can do something for the environment while drinking this lovely little honey lager.
Yeah, this one's actually brand new. The Cariboo, they come in a green can, the Cariboo lager. But this beer, they actually will donate partial proceeds to helping replant the pine tree, the pine tree forest that we lost. So a great opportunity to drink some beer and do something nice for the environment.
Great branding too. I mean, you notice it in all these, and they've really raised their game, a lot of the local breweries and microbreweries, in terms of their packaging and their coloring.
Yeah, definitely. And what they want to do is they want people to take their beer a little bit more serious, so they spend a little bit more money on that sort of thing.
Okay, we're going to skip over to the Hefeweisen.
Yeah.
What is a Hefeweisen?
So this is a wheat-based beer.
How did I know you'd have one of those rings, by the way?
Of course, the bottle buddy.
How did I know?
Is that a bottle opener?
Yes,
it's a bottle buddy.
It is. Every year, I always like to get people with that. So this is a Hefeweisen. So a Hefeweisen is a wheat beer. So it'll have about 30% wheat, and it also has a really nice yeasty aroma and smell. This one in particular, it will have some really nice fruit esters as well.
Oh, you're the expert, and it does have that
distinctive.
Distinctive look. You can always tell when it's a Hefeweizen.
Yeah, well, what happens is it has high flocculent yeast, so the yeast is actually suspended in gravity.
Okay.
And that's why it's not clear.
That's why it's not clear.
That happens to me after some special weekend sometimes too. This is who
so this is from Pacific Western Brewery, and this is their first launch of their new brewmaster. Peter Butcher is the new brewmaster. He's from Germany. He has his German papers, and this is their new release.
Ooh, wow. That's a lovely beer.
That got a really
Fiona?
good. Sure, I'll try it. Hefeweizen is a very popular beer too. It seems to go like every palate seems to like this one.
Especially during the summertime, great for the barbecue. Really pairs well with a lot of foods off the grill.
Yeah, I noticed there's quite a few lagers and stuff in here that you've got. The Red Racer.
Yeah, Red Racer from Central City Brewing. Gary Lowen is known as one of the best brewers in Canada. A lot of times when I take this to the private beer tasting events, when people taste this beer, this is one of their favorite beers.
So what kind is this?
It's a pale ale.
This is the pale ale. Nice. So this is from Red Racer Central City out in Surrey.
Okay.
And this is really hoppy and nice bitter bite to it.
What does hoppy mean?
Okay, hoppy, a beer has hoppy or hops that they use, and it's the only thing in the world that uses hops. Hops give the bitterness and the floral to it and the real citrus bite. So when you have something that's hoppy, your toes will curl. and something that
Are
like
they
that is
curling?
Like tannins in wine,
Yeah.
because the hops
Little-
will curl
And
your
what have we got
toes.
here?
Or twirl your toes.
All right, this one right here is the Riptide from Lighthouse Brewing. This one is their, they've had this beer for about a year now. This is a pale ale, but quite a different distinct style from
Right.
that one that Mike's drinking. This one's a little bit sweeter and more roasted flavor, more roasted characteristic.
Well, and this is the beauty of what you do, I think, and what you're trying to get across to people is the subtleties and the art of being a
Brewing.
brewmaster and what these smaller breweries are putting out. It's an incredible product.
Well, each of these breweries and each of these companies, they have such a great story and they have such great characters. And bringing those people out to the events and giving people a chance to talk to the brewmasters is one of the things that we love to do. And that's what we try to do, is expand people's beer experience.
How many different breweries and beers do you have at the 2010 Canada World Cup of Beer?
Great question.
I mix it all up. Canada Cup of Beer.
Try some more.
We have 30 different vendors, and we'll have about approximately 200 different beers for people to taste. That's why we expanded the event to Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
so you don't have
need
to.
a couple of days.
You need a couple of days.
Yeah, so you
even
don't
if
have
the
to-
cup is this big.
Exactly.
Now let's try and get to the last two we've got here.
Sure.
What's this guy?
This is Tree Brewing. This is their double hop head. So they've had a hop head. This is one of their flagship beers. This is their best-selling beer. It's very hoppy and bitter.
Yeah.
This one comes in at 8%, and it's very hoppy and very floral.
This is one of
And
those
so
beers.
will you be after drinking
Yes.
this.
But it's one of those beers that people tend to progress to as well, right? Like after
Definitely.
they sort of learn a little bit about IPAs and stuff like that.
For sure. A
that's
lot of
bigger
people,
palate.
when they become hop heads, where they actually look for the hoppiness and look for the
Yeah.
hops.
Get the palate.
Yeah.
And what's the last one we've
This
got
one,
here?
this one is one of my favorite beers. This is from Vancouver Island Brewery. This is their Piper's Pale Ale. This is their flagship product. This one in particular, very nice roasted flavor as well. Quite a little bit different than the Riptide and also the race. Red Racer Pale Ale. Yeah.
I'm getting to the fumble stage. Colin, how do people get tickets for the event this weekend?
Well, guess what? You can win them by emailing irvinrush@shaw.ca. You can also go to the website. It is the 2010 Canada Cup of Beer Festival. It's happening over 2 days, Friday, July 9th and Saturday, July 10th. You must go.
Can people buy tickets there, or do they
Yeah,
need to go
people can buy
online
tickets
beforehand?
at the door. They can also get them online as well.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick
Look,
break.
all the beers in
Oh,
front
hey,
of me.
are we wrapping the show now?
We are.
We are. We wanted to thank you, Colin, for coming today. Always a
Colin.
pleasure to see you, and the rest of our guests as well. And tomorrow will be a great day. It is always fun to catch up with one of our favorite restaurateurs, John Bishop. And we'll be talking about
Keep
local
going, you're on a
getaways
roll, girl.
with travel expert Claire Newell. I'm only talking because you would be mumbling. Thanks for watching, and we shall see you again tomorrow.
You know what I always wanted to say to you?
Don't take your pants off.